city. The city, excuse me, the population, as I've said, is just over 1 million people, and within that million we have about 9% of people that come from other European Union countries. They are entitled to come here if you're a member of the European Union. So you'll find a lot of people in the hotels, for example, particularly in the hotel that we're staying in right now, would be from Latvia, they would be from Poland, they would be from Spain, wherever, anywhere within the European Union. And they all came here, you know, in the early 2000s. They would have come when we had a boom, you know, when things were booming, and we're looking for lots of young people to come and to work here. Now, of course, we hit then the recession. A lot of people would have left and gone back to Poland or wherever they'd come from, but a residue stayed. So about 9% of the population would be from other European Union countries. And of course, we welcome all of this because it's going to add new people to our gene pool, you know, and over the centuries we've had so many different settlers, of which I will tell you about over the course of the tour. So lots of new blood coming into the country. And of course, you remember now, these people, they marry and they have children, and their children go to school, and what do they have to learn in school? The Gaelic language. So they'll be growing up. A lot of them have Irish accents. A lot of the girls have Irish accents now. This would have been the most elaborate of the squares. This is St. Stephen's Green, folks. This is St. Stephen's Green. Now, if you were walking from the city centre back to the hotel, I'm going to show you now how you'll do it. First of all, on the left-hand side, this is the Department of External Affairs. You see the Irish flag flying on the top and the European Union flag flying on the other side. Then you have a little small church here, a Roman Catholic church. It's a university church. It's tiny little red brick entrance there, tiny little red brick entrance. And as we come on down, the building that you see with the columns there, that was the first Catholic university in Dublin, but it's now the Department of, I'm not sure which department, government department.
Can you turn the air back on?
Air, yes, air. Air, yeah. Put it on for you now.
Thank you.
Turn it up to one more air. Now, folks, look to your. If you look down to your right here, that's Grafton Street is down here to the right, and if you look up to the left, that's taking you back up Harcourt Street. Are you with me?
Yes.
I showed you it all yesterday. Harcourt Street, you go up to the top of that street, you turn right, and the hotel is at the top of the road.
Yeah.
Grafton Street is down to the right.
Right.
Down there to the right. Now, we're leaving behind this, the Georgian architecture, and this is social housing. Now, this is totally different. This is social housing that you're looking at right now. Do you know what I mean by social housing? Social housing social housing is housing that's built for people that might be unemployed or on low incomes. It must rented accommodation, and the rent is based really on what you're earning. Do you understand? That's what's the social housing. So yeah, we do have, yeah. I'll talk about that another time. We're coming round now to the cathedrals, this cathedral area, and we'll be coming round to St. Patrick's Cathedral. There are two cathedrals within a very short distance of one another, Christchurch Cathedral and St. Patrick's Cathedral. Of the two of them, St. Patrick's would probably be the better known. St. Patrick, of course, called after our patron saint, St. Patrick, who incidentally, different historians say he came from different places. Some say he came from Wales, others say he came from Scotland. I always say he came from Scotland because if you're in the city of Glasgow in Scotland, you're coming out of it, you're heading up for the Highlands, the very first set of hills you come to are called the Kirkpatrick Hills. Kirk means the Church of Patrick. So this young man was a slave. He was only a boy. He was taken across as a slave into Northern Ireland. And the other thing is, there's only a distance of 13 miles between the coast of Scotland and the coast of Ireland, up in the very northern part of the island. So it's very likely that, you know, that's where he came from. He was only a boy. He was a slave working probably on a farm or whatever. But anyway, eventually he managed to escape, and he made his way across to mainland Europe, where he studied. He became a priest and eventually a bishop, and he came back to Ireland in 432 AD. So this cathedral is called after him. And this cathedral, as is Christchurch Cathedral, they are called Church of Ireland. Church of Ireland. That means they're Protestant. Protestant cathedrals. They were, of course, originally Roman Catholic cathedrals, but during the Reformation, that is during the time of Henry VIII, when he divorced his wife, Catherine of Aragon, in order to marry Anne Boleyn, he broke with the Church of Rome, and he proclaimed himself head of the Church of England. So anything that happened in England affected Ireland. So we're going to stop up here, Pat, for a photograph, yeah. So anything that affected England affected Ireland. So this cathedral at that point became Church of Ireland and has remained so ever since. Now, the Dean of the cathedral was Jonathan Swift, the writer of Gulliver's Travels, and he is buried in the cathedral. I'm going to make a stop for 15 minutes so that you can get a photograph. We're not going into the cathedral. We're not going in. It's not a visit. It's just a stop so you can get out and get a photograph, and I'll tell you more about it when you get out. This has all been beautifully cleaned, and a lot of restoration work took place in the last couple of years. So we'll pull in here. There's a little gate on the left hand side that's opened, and if you walk in there into the garden, you'll get a very nice picture of the cathedral. So St. Patrick's Cathedral.
I know what you're saying. You're saying